All right, I am back, and I've come to the realization. Well, not necessarily the first time I've reached this realization, but I don't think we have quite enough information to solve this puzzle right now. At least not to solve it properly. We could continue trying to trial and error, and kind of brute force our way through it, or we can continue exploring and hope that we get more information somewhere that will help illuminate it. So that's what we're going to do here, because I know there is more to this place to explore that we have not been to, like whatever's down here. So, like, we don't even really know what this does, what that puzzle does yet, aside from, send a ball down a track. So this lets us get up here. So we get a little bit higher. Aha, see, that was information we didn't have. So the top, it's glass, wood for at least part of it. So that, I think, is really helpful. If we look back here, you can see there's another band down here, so that might be wood all the way down there, too. I'm not sure. See, that was key information we were actually missing here. So I'm definitely glad to have that. However, we found more pages for his book. So this was... Okay, this is a place we had been. I think this was missing pages. My attempts to produce a carnivorous hybrid have had limited success. I thought I was making greater progress, but the life that grows in the forest isn't like the plants on Narayan. It's much more tenacious, less susceptible to grafts. Perhaps if I try mixing in species from the swamp? This is an age we have not been to yet then. No, it cannot be... okay, so this was just an additional 2 pages that we were missing. But I think we might still be missing more between these. Alright, so definitely glad I came up here. Definitely glad I chose to look around to get a better idea of what's going on here. We need to, again, keep this level. This ball is always going to be triggered to go down this track, fall into this chute, and we need to be able to counteract its weight. So that is going to help us a lot. Knowing it's not just a pure wooden ball is going to help us a lot. That said, there is still more to explore here. So let's continue on this passage before we go back and try to attempt that again. Interesting. You're actually... Okay, it's being held suspended between the two. I thought, you're like there's an anti-gravity or something keeping this floating, but no, it's literally just held in place by chains at both ends. Well, that kind of sucks. All right, here's one that's the broken. Oh, so he took a lantern from here. Oh, would this be the one he threw in Tamana to start the fire and distract Atris when he grabbed Relation? That might be the case. Okay, so we got what looks like a ladder there. So we can climb up here, which gets us... Okay, let's... along the path there, but let's go over here first. We've got some kind of mural. I don't know what this is or means just yet. We can see it better from here. People who are... I mean, that's even a gun. But people with, like, axes and swords and shields. And apparently a gun. Oh. That might be Cirrus and Akinar. And this is, like, the people turning on Savidro, maybe? The people of Narayan? I don't know. But again, I think that's supposed to be Cirrus and Akinar. But beyond that, I don't know quite yet. Can continue through here. You can see all of these. We can't... Oh. I was going to say we can't, but I guess we can get up in here. All right. Before we do this, let's go back here. Okay, let's... there might be something up there, I'm not sure. Let's circle back around to where the, yeah, to this ladder. Because this lets us get through to here. Which, okay, we can't go any further here yet, but we can go over here. Found some more pages for his journal. Didn't even realize those were there when I clicked. Focus, Savidro. You must not let the fog come and swallow you. There are long spells, I think. Days. Maybe months at a time when I can't remember what I've done. The fog rolls so thick around me. Even if I hold my hands in front of my eyes, I barely see it. I strain and strain and strain, but nothing sticks. I think his sons came to visit us, twice. On Narayan. The first time Atris asked me to meet them, he told me they would come through the book. He says they will not understand how your words fit together, but they will use them to open the shield. Narayan, he says, is where their lessons come together. Narayan is the sum of what they must learn. I remember Tamara was carving a spirit mask into the tree the day the boys arrived. She tugged my sleeve to get attention, points at a glide ship in the sky. I'm shocked by how young the boys appear. They look so much like their father, yet they are different somehow too. They're more impatient, and they're angry not to be treated like men. I take them to our home. I tell them that I will teach them how to care for it. I say, together we will encourage the lattice tree to grow tall. They ask me why they have to work so hard. They tell me, no, Savidro, that was later. That was after Atris took them away. You know this because when you see them saying these things, they are older. Their faces have become angled and hard. They've grown up into men, and something dark is in their eyes. They tell you they've come back to fix Narayan. All right. And I did read these pages already? Yes, I did read these pages. All right. So that's what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? But that's not the same symbol. So we haven't quite figured out how these work yet. I don't know if that's actually going to be important or not. What is going on here? Is this something I can actually interact with? Not yet, at least. Not from... Oh, I gotta lift this up? Much the same as with the other one. And if I'm right, this is going to shift things around. If we just see what the default is. Interesting. So that got broken there. So I feel like this requires a combination that we don't have yet. Because if I just turn that one off, I don't think that fixed anything to send the ball further. Yeah, no. Oh, you can notice the lights going on in the background too? Going on and off? I think based on where the marble is. Alright, everything resets. Okay, if I try those two, they don't seem to stay though. I'm not convinced I have enough information yet to solve this one either. Yeah, it breaks as soon as it goes through that central pagoda. Alright, so this is where the controls are for this puzzle. But there's something we need to do to interact with it that we haven't done yet. Probably down there. Alright, well then, let's go back down. And let's go back this way. And down. Okay, so through here was where we could actually go to interact with this. Alright, because the ball comes down here, goes through here, would go straight, I would imagine, and through here? Is this where it breaks? This vibration field? If I turn it there... Oh, I should have taken a picture of the controls. To go through here. And then I would imagine it would come through here. Yeah, the glass has to vibrate. I don't have enough information just yet. Not without... Ugh. All right, if we go back to here, if we go take a look. All right, so if I take a picture of this. Camera, picture. All right. So that might help me out. Oh, I have an idea. Okay. We gotta go down there. So notice how the marble on the controls was kind of covering up each of the buttons as it spun through. I think it was depressing them. So if this comes through first, hits here, and gets shattered because this thing's active, what if this is what tells us which one it'll be turned off on? So I think that one might actually be correct for the first. And then it'll come through here. It'll go into here, and I think it'll get pushed through this way. So this would be the second one, which is currently set to the third. So if I set it to the second, and then continue back up to the main through the pagoda, this will be the third one, which was set to the second. All right. If I go here, question is, does it go left or right? I think it's going to go right. Yeah, I think it'll go right. So this one we should set to the fourth. And then back through the upper, go straight through. This one should be set to the fifth. And notice how the hum changes each time whenever we set it to a different one. So that would continue through to here, where we can actually continue onward. But let's go back to the controls for this then and see if we got this right. All right. See if we have this right. Over here. Okay, up we go. All right, let's hope we have this right. All right. Oh, yes, it's going through. It's going through. Yes, we did it. We did it. We sent the giant marble through. Successfully. I have no idea what that does. But we solved this puzzle at least. Raised a portion of a bridge. And got... Okay. So that's going to be important as well. I can already tell. So let's take a picture of that. So that'll be the right bridge. Actually, I'm going to not just take a picture, but I'm going to write this down. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Okay. Equals right. You know, kind of a L. Or 2 L's together. Alright, so that one is done. Which tells me that when we solve the one we couldn't solve earlier, when we solve that one, we'll have something similar happen. Probably get a similar, if different pattern. We'll see another section of that bridge raise briefly. So I'm still not entirely convinced I have enough information to solve that one, but I'm not sure. I could, I might not. Typically these things are, for the most part, self-contained. You know, with the answers not being that far away. You know, and more into an inventory-based point-and-click, the sections we need for the thingamabob, for the counterweight, the sections we need for the counterweight would actually be somewhere else, and they would be in your inventory. But for now, let's figure out where the third portion is. There's gonna be at least one more ball puzzle. Did I miss? Okay, no, can't go through there. And still be on the lookout for pages from Savidro's journal. Alright, so we found the controls for another ball puzzle. We don't know... Oh, and more pages. Yeah, I read this page already. The memories flood over me too fast. They race around inside my head, filling my soul with despair. And the more I think about how nothing can be done, how no one can be alive outside his shield, the faster the fog rushes in. I can lose myself in the fog. When it's thick enough, I can let go and be safe. I can start to forget. But I must not forget. I must remember every lie they told my people. How they manipulated us all to get what they wanted. They told me they had come to fix my world. They asked me to arrange a meeting with the elders. The books they carried in with them showed other worlds, beautiful places where people didn't have to work so hard to survive. They told my people that Atris had written these books, that he had written Narayan, but that he'd made our world unstable. They said he wanted to make us slaves to the tree. They asked me, don't you remember, Savidro? Our father wrote this world to teach us, to show his sons what an age shouldn't be. I don't know what to say. I don't know how it could be true. But why would they lie? Why would Atris have lied? The worlds they showed us in those books. The elders refuse to believe them. They say we cannot abandon the tree. For thousands of years we have tended the lattice roots. Without our traditions, we will die. I don't want us to die. I don't, but Atris and Akanar said... They said they would come back, Savidro, just like Atris once said to you as well. He said he would come back, but then he didn't. He didn't, and for that you will have to make him pay. Atris probably just forgot, and he always meant to come back, but never got around to it. I know what that's like. Alright, so if we go up here... Alright, what is going on with this? I don't know. We've got pegs here? What does this do? I mean, that, the balls come out from the central pagoda. Okay. But that fell. Okay. So there's always one there. So again, it comes in, comes out, gets dropped here, which circles around to there. So I need one in the opposite. And then that one, and I can't do that one. So opposite and that one, and then what? If I'm understanding this correctly. Again, there might be something we're missing here, but I don't know. Okay, so that dropped. Well, that didn't work. Huh. Okay. I was wrong. I needed one there, I think. And there. Question is, where does the third one go? So if I'm understanding this correctly, so that's going to circle around. Okay, so that drops that one out. That's going to circle around. Send it back over, but there's nothing in there. In there. Oh, I know. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, so if I put one here, the ball's going to come in here. It's going to circle around to there and go over here. And if I put one there, then this is going to circle to there. But what if I put it... what if I put it... I mean, what? One more? No, two more. So what if I put it there instead? That should send the ball over here, which this, at this point, should be a full one. And then I need to send the ball back here, I think? Which... I'm not sure. Okay, let's take a look. See if we can get the ball to continue further. I'm certain that we have to have one in the top on the left. I'm just not sure about everything else. So yeah, that sends that one across. Okay, and this circles back. Oh, I sent it one too far. I sent it one too far. Alright. So yeah, one definitely goes there. One goes there. That should send it back across. Then the question is... where after that? You know, this one, or this one. I don't think it's going to be that one. It's going to be one of these two. So we'll do there for now. Let's see how this does. I know I'm kind of trial and erroring my way, but... Alright, so that's the first one. Then the second one. That's where I wanted that to stop. And then... Okay, and then where from here? Was that the way it was supposed to go, or did that just die? I have no idea. Like how, where's that supposed to go at that point? So I had there, there, and then I had here, right? Let's do that one instead. Or do I just have the first one completely wrong? I don't think so. Oh, maybe I do. Alright, so I'll send it along the back. Or not. Oh, that's actually the way it was. That was the perfect one. So we did that, so we saw that go into the central pagoda. So we figured out another one of these just kind of by trial and error. So that's the left. Alright, so what's this one look like? Alright, so this one, I'm going to take a picture real quick. Alright, so this one is kind of a little diamond with the 3 dots underneath. Alright, so that just leaves the one, I think. Unless there's actually a 4th one, but I don't think so. So I think that just leaves the one we haven't figured out yet. Alright, so if we go back out here... If we continue on this way... Is this going to circle us back around? It might. That's the door that the marble we just sent through went. Oops, I didn't quite mean to go there, but that's okay. There's nothing, yeah, nothing across here. Alright, so where's this taking us? Where are you going? Okay, so we got, you know, some stairs. Okay, so that leads us up here. So those... Are those the bridges? They are. They are, in fact, the bridges. We haven't figured out how to access that yet. Let's try the left. Would that do it? So that closes that. We don't have the center one yet. Because the right one's not going to work here, is it? Oh, it actually did. But I don't have the third one. And doing the same thing's not going to work, is it? Whoops. Yeah, no. I need the third one. Interesting. Oh, but this one's set wrong. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So those reset. Because the ball's going to go down here. We need it to, you know, go in the right order. But first we have to get the third code, the third combination. You know, there's our book to Jananan if we want to go back, but I think we don't need to. We just need to figure out the third one here for the center. And that'll be this side. Okay, so we know the ball, assuming the entire bottom is wood, just like the counterweight. We know the ball, the top, is 3 wood and 1 glass, right? So it's 1 glass, 3 wood. But the thing is, 1 glass is 4 wood, so it's the equivalent of 7 wood. I need something that's going to equal that, ideally. Right now we have, 2 wood. We put a glass on, that's 6, but that's not 7. So that's not enough. And here's the thing. 1 metal is 4 glass. But 1 glass is 4 wood. So we have the equivalent of, with 7 wood, that's also the equivalent of 1.75 glass. So that's not nearly enough for metal. For 1 metal. Which is why the fulcrum plays in as well. Okay. So I think the mobile actually plays in as well, where it had 1 on the long side to, 2 on the short side. So I think that's, to try to signify it's a 1 to 2, depending on which side. So if we put the 7 wood on the long side, we can double that to equal the weight we need to counterbalance it. So that would actually be, 14 wood. See, I'm doing math now. 14 wood, which divided by 4 is 3.5 glass, right? 14 divided by 4 would be 14 divided by 4 is, oh god, it's 12 remainder 2, so yeah, 3.5. Yeah. Alright, so that would be 3.5 glass. And that's still not enough to equal 1 metal. But if I can find a way to do 3.5 glass. Problem is I only have 2 glass. Ugh, that's annoying. But because two wood would equal 1 glass, right? No, two wood would equal half a glass. Yeah, you can see there was supposed to be more, but Savidro destroyed them. All right, so Did I get my math wrong originally? Because that doesn't quite make sense. Hold up, we're going back to Jananim for a second. We're going back to Jananim because I need to double check these figures. Because I'm not sure I'm remembering them correctly. Problem is, it takes a minute to get back there. Alright, Jananin. Yeah, this is where we come back in at. We're not done with that age, but I need to double check in the workshop down below. Alright, this is the quickest way through, I think. Is to go into the central bit.